So let's go to decade 2 now. So let's shuffle. All right. So we just lay out 9 cards. Oops. We always bump into each other every time we lay out these cards.
Yeah. It's sort of goofy, but...
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So in every decade, it always has 3 warfares in it, right? So there's only 9 cards laid out, which means there's an actual chance that you'll get no warfares. It's kind of rare, but there's a chance, obviously, that you get all 3 warfares. So it's kind of you don't know whether it's going to be a risky decade or not. That's part of the fun. All right, so let us. Okay, we've all shuffled the deck. Yep. Yep. Let's do it. So progress phase. So flip rank card. Progress, obviously nothing, and we go to player phase. Okay, so we draw 3, build 2, but I draw 4 in this case, so I draw 4. All right, so what are my goals? Now, I've got a couple of retained cards. Now, it would be good for me, I think. Yeah. I think I'd like to try and start raiding. So I want to start getting soldiers up. So now, so I looked at Ivan and Michael's hinterlands to see if they had a soldier, which they do. I'm gonna buy Ivan's soldier if he wants off him, so I can raid him later with it. So I can raid him later. So Ivan, do you want to?
I'm going to accept that because my base raid defense on the bottom of this hinter card.
Oh yes.
Hinterland card.
Oh yes.
That I defend with 2 green. I feel that I can.
Yeah. So so you always have a base defense of 2 green dice when you defend against raid, but you can't reroll during that. So I'm gonna buy. So I'll spend 4 gold. So you're okay with trade?
I'm okay taking the 4 gold.
All right.
And risking it.
All right. So I'll grab his soldier and I'll raid him later with it. All right, so
I didn't like those soldiers anyway.
Yeah. So I gain a hardship from doing that because it's a free thing. All right, so I built 1 soldier. I bought the other one. What do I want to do? Okay, well look, I've got 2 soldiers already. I might as well build a fort in my hand right here because I have the opportunity to just already set up a military achievement set. So that's good. Do I want to keep these 2? Town hasn't. The cool thing about keeping at least 1 town is that when you find 2 more towns, you can just easily set up another set. Like, it's easy to just grab another set. So I'm tempted to keep this one, but yeah, you know what? I might will. I don't need a profit right now. I don't have a chance to do that. So I'll just discard this one, put that here, and I'll spend 1 gold doing that. Okay, so discard this one. Okay. All right. Now, stance. Now, look, I don't have anything in my kingdom to suffer first casualty, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'll just go income stance. Yeah, start generating gold. So everyone's all good? Yep, let's flip. Oh, okay, what's this? Okay, Holy Festival. So for 3 gold, yes, for 3 gold you can donate. All players may pay 3 gold to remove 1 hardship. Okay, so you can donate 3 gold to the bank type of thing, and just remove 1 hardship. So it's actually a great opportunity. So now I do have, because you can naturally donate gold, 5 gold here, to reduce hardship by 1, or obviously 2 supplies. Yep. So 5 gold for 1 hardship is sometimes you actually do, because it's sometimes where you can have so much hardship, you just need to get it down. So in this case, for 3 gold, it's actually worth doing. So I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3 and remove this 1 hardship. I'm just going to do it. Okay. So then we move along. Income and then one commodity. Okay, so I don't have any industries and income. I only have one income stance, so 1 gold. All right, so we go to progress phase. So let's do it. So flip, it says here flip, and then progress all. So let's bring it all down. Okay, player phase, let's do it. Okay, now, okay, so I don't have any influence yet, right? Now, what this means, by the way, so you'll see here that there's a choice, a gem mine and a road, or a temple and a road. Now, this is a placeholder icon. We are going to make a temple icon. But you notice here, I have a gem mine here, right? So there's a gem mine and there's a temple. The gem mine can only be built by nobles. So I'm not a noble, so I can't even consider building a gem mine. So it's just the temple. Now temple, this icon here, it will need to be changed. It's a work in progress. So excuse that. But when attached to a road, so when you've actually formed this influence set as a temple, you just reduce your donation cost by 1 gold. So for example, this donate is 5 gold. When you build a temple with a road, it reduces by 1, so it'll be 4 gold. So if you build 2 temples, it's 3 gold. If you build 3 temples, it's 2 gold. So you can really get that down. And yeah, they're rare though. Like the temples and gold gem mines are rare. I think there's only 9 in like 140 cards. So okay, so in this case, look. Okay, oh well, what do I want to do? It would be good to. Yeah. Oh look, I've got 2 quarries. Maybe I'll build 2 quarries because if I get my industry up sooner, I can start generating material as commodities. Yeah. And early in the decade to get those in, the more I can generate gold. So look, yeah, look, let's just do that. Let's just get 2 quarries in, start building that in. Then, look, I may as well retain this one for 1 gold. I wonder if I should do that for a temple. Yeah, all right. So be it. Let's do it. So I'll do that, and I'll discard these 3. I don't think I'll need to get wheat fields right now. Peasants. Royal Guard, towns, no. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Okay. Oh, yes, actually, here's a good point. I forgot. So supplies can actually be consumed to actually expedite, to gain 2 expedite for units. So expedite is an ability for the material and supplies. So for 1 material, you can expedite any building. So if you notice here, there's a little building icon on the top left. So this quarry is a building, obviously. Yep. Sorry. Yep. Yeah. Okay, you're right. So expedite. So for material, it's a building. You can progress 1 building for one material. For 1 supply, you can progress 1 unit, but you can perform it twice. So I'm, for example, I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to use 1 supply. I'm going to expedite 1 by 1, and I can expedite the other one. Now I could actually just expedite 1 in. So I can go 1 and then 2. So I can do 1 card if I want, or I could do 2 cards once, which I'll do. So I'll get the swordsman in a little quicker. And hold on, let's see if there's anything I want. Let's see. Yeah, look, it's always good. Yeah, okay, watch this. Let's do it, just for fun. I'm going to spend another supply. I'm going to get these 2 in. Now, their ability. Swordsman of this type, and like any attacking unit, the swordsman, hillman, and royal guard have a raid ability. So you exhaust 2 raiders, which is swordsman, hillman, or royal guard, and then you can initiate a raid. So you can raid other hinterlands. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to grab these 2. I'm going to exhaust them. They are exhausted again, so they're back in the build queue. But now you grab your token and you indicate that you're raiding. So we will go along with that once the time is ready. So let's just wrap up this turn. Okay, so I've built 2, I've retained, and now choosing my stance. Now let's see. Look, there's nothing to be suffered first casualties. I'm going income stance. All right, you guys are ready? Yeah. Okay, now the tokens on top of year events are always resolved first before the year event. So in this case, mine is here, so I'll return it now. And now it's time for raiding. So it's a raid token. So let's see who we want to raid now. What do we got? 2 towns here, metropolis. I can't build a metropolis, obviously. You'll see here, it says requires township specialization. So these cards, you just keep it, the gold border is usually indicative of that. Anyway, so 2 towns and a peasant. What do we got here? We got a town and a grain field. Look, let's start getting some towns in. Yeah, let's get a town in. So let's raid. Let's look at defense. So Michael doesn't have any defense. Ivan doesn't have any defense, so it doesn't really matter who I choose. Let's choose Michael. Okay, Michael. So I'm going to choose... actually, no. Yeah, I'll choose them. Yeah. Okay, I'll raid Michael. All right, so Michael has 2 green defense dice, and I have 2 blue. Because that's what the 2 swordsmen have. I have 2 swordsmen. Yep. And you see the 2 blue dice up here. Now, if Michael... Yeah, okay. So I'll show you this dice in a minute. If Michael had 2 hillmen, he would still roll 2 green dice. But on the side of a dice, you'll see the star. Oh, excuse me. Hold on, here we go. See the star. The star is a reroll. So which means you can just reroll the dice if you get this result. Because Michael doesn't have any hillmen, he just has the base raid defense. He does not get the reroll. I do, because my swordsmen always get rerolled. The blue dice always do. So let's proceed. So I roll my dice. So I roll. Let's see what I got. Oh, that's a really bad roll. Oh, he defended. Okay, so what happened? Okay. Oh, that was, oh man. Okay. Obviously the blue dice are stronger, right, than the green. Michael has a defender's advantage. So any equals, he wins any equals, right? Any ties. Sorry, he wins any ties. I had the chance to roll a very good roll. There's 4 swords, there's 2 swords, there's 2 swords, and then there's a re-roll. So anyway, I got 2, he got 2, so he wins, so he defends. So I don't get anything. I don't get his card. I don't suffer any hardships. That's okay. The only thing I lost was exhausting my card. So they're just exhausted until they come around again and I can raid again. So that's okay. If I won, I would take his card. I don't have to give him any gold. He doesn't get any gold. I would take his card. I'll build it immediately, like as if buying the dither from him, and I would gain a hardship. But in this case, it didn't happen. Didn't follow through. No hardship. That's fine. So let's move on. Okay, so the player tokens.
Gets a reward as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. So Michael, because he defended successfully, he gets a merchant's reward. So it was 1 green dice. Yeah. So Michael rolls 1 green dice, and he gains a gold for every sword he rolls. 2 gold. Nice. So nice. He gains 2 gold. So as you can see, it's sort of incentivized to have cards in your hinterland. Usually it happens anyway, but have cards in your hinterland to sell and defend. Yeah, and then you get rewarded with merchant's reward doing that. So that's quite nice to have. So well done, Michael. You got 2 gold from that. Very nice. Okay, so let's move on. So income stands, and I'm all ready. You guys all good? Yep, year event. Yep. So let's flip. Okay, efficient year. All units are progressed. Okay, so that's great for me. Look at this. Perfect. So my 2 swordsmen progressed by 1. Now let's check what's next. Income and 2 commodities are generated. So income, just 1 gold for my income stance. Let's do that. And then usual progress phase. So we flip, progress all. So let's bring them all down. Okay. So we bring those down. Okay, so look at that. The swordsman already in the kingdom again. Actually, in fact, I could even expedite it, but let's just resolve in this next part. So player phase. Okay, let's think what we want to do. Okay, I've got 2 quarries. So my resource set is there. I need a road for that soon. I'm getting a lot of grain fields. Like grain fields is one of the most common cards, so it might be wise for me to actually just start trying to get grain fields again.
Can I buy a pheasant from you?
Me? Oh yes. Yep. Sure. Yep. Okay. For 1 up, 10 gold. Sorry, 5 gold. So.
And Michael, can I buy a pheasant from you?
1, 2, 3,
sure.
4.
Okay.
Wow. So I haven't.
8 gold.
Whoa.
2 hardship.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's
So
amazing.
2 gold now.
Wow. So.
And 2 more hardship.
Whoa. Okay. Yep. Wow. That's very interesting. So now he's really nearly got another society set just like that. It's very nice. Very nice. Okay. See, the thing with the temple, one thing I don't need to worry. Actually, I got 10 gold. So, okay, look, here we go. I think this is a good opportunity now. Esquire, right? I'm Esquire. So I can become a trade master or a duke and upgrade your faction trait. So for 8 gold, I can upgrade. Now, this is the thing, right? So I'll lay it out here. So the hierarchy goes like this. So when you're Esquire, you start as peasant. You can rank up to Esquire for 6 gold. Then you can decide at this point to either go a trade master or a duke for 8 gold, as listed here. So the thing is, when you go trade master, you can no longer advance any further, which is okay. You get a choice of generating a commodity from one of these 3 industries here. So during your income phase, if you go income stance, you can choose one of these 3 industries to generate a commodity from. So that's the ability of the trade master. Plus, it ties into your faction traits. So in this case, you notice if I became trade master, I would get this ability. For example, if you have at least 2 roads with complete endeavor sets, gain 1+ commodity during harvest. Now this is a work in progress, so it's not exactly the final or anything like that, but it's indicative of what this will be the case, where I can get another powerful ability. So in this case, for this example of this ability, if I have 2 road sets, if I have 2 sets with roads, it means now I get +1 to commodity harvest. So that means it's plus to this number here. So that's obviously a work in progress ability, but that shows that ability is received when you're a trade master for the House Mainwind. Now, Duke, if I went Duke, I would get this ability. When you build a road, you may spend 2 additional material to reduce hardship by 1. So every time I build a road, I can discard two materials to upgrade the road to remove a hardship. Now, look, this is also another work in progress ability because we have other ideas that we want to implement. So, but it just shows that is a powerful upgrade for going one way or another. So in this case, let's say I will go to Duke, so that I can show you. Yeah, I can show you. Yeah, let's go to Duke. Okay. So, okay, to upgrade, where are we? So 8 gold. So I'm going to spend 8 gold. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to upgrade to a Duke. Thank you. So as just an example of what's up ahead. So when you're a Duke, you still have just 1 gold generation and a defense. That's fair enough. Now you become a noble. So now nobles can build gem mines. Gem mines are really good because when you go to an influence set here, when you build an influence set with this gem mine and a road, you immediately generate gold as per usual. But it's only 2 build to do that. So in other words, it's quite quick to generate and get that set up in your kingdom to start generating gold. So that's why it's quite strong. From Duke, you can go to Lord of Dominion and King or Queen. King and Queen are the same, it's just the 2 different choices, preferences. So the Duke, in this case, when you're a Duke, you have the chance to conquer. You know what? I might actually talk about this later. I think I've talked about ranker up enough right now for the moment. So let's talk about that later. So I'll leave that there for the moment. All right, so now I'm a Duke. Where are we? Okay, so I've ranked up. Now I haven't spent my 2 actions. Yes, okay, look, perfect. Here we go, here we go. I will build a gem mine. Perfect, perfect. I don't need a road just this second yet because it's not in my kingdom yet. So believe it or not, I'll actually build a peasant because I think a peasant is good to have to just keep exhausting him, like using his ability to gather materials to start helping me get this in my kingdom faster. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to build a peasant. I'm going to use his unit action, exhaust him. He'll gather materials and I gain 1 material. Now I have 2. Now that's very good. Whether I want to use that to sort of get my stuff in quicker, I'll decide that in a minute. Let's just move on. Do I want to retain 2 grain fields? That's the thing. For 2 gold. I kind of want to keep some gold around. So let's just not worry about that this second. So let's go income stance. Okay, let's do it. Flip. Oh, what's this? Famine. All players gain hardship. Spend 1 supply to ignore this event. Ah, right. Okay. Oh, look. Yep, perfect. I have 1 supply left. I will spend it to ignore it because hardship to reduce hardship, as I mentioned before, it's 2 supply. So it's nice to do it half price. So for example, let's see what Ivan, he looks like. Yeah, look at this. Look, Ivan's got 3 hardship from before, and then he got another one just then. And he didn't have a supply to withstand it. So, and you notice, hold on, what is it? He's Esquire. He has 3 black shields. So when warfare comes up, the way black shields work is very interesting. So I'll just grab this as an example. If Ivan had this hillman here, and warfare showed up, for every black shield you have to disable 1 card in your kingdom here, including dominions, which I'll explain dominions later, to disable their ability to generate defense in your favor. So this 1 red shield here would be turned off. This 1 red shield here would be turned off in this case of Ivan because he has 4 hardship, so that's 3 black shields. So 2 would be turned off, and then that means he has no defense like there in his kingdom. So that's an example of what happens there. So I'll go.
Disable the shield.
Yeah. The defense stance, you always gain the defense stance power and the ability to ignore first casualties for the defense stance. So that's fine. That's as usual. All right, so let's move on. So I built those 2. That's good. Got 2 material. I've chosen income stance. Oh yes, sorry, I apologize. We're here. So now income. Okay, I don't have any income, but you have to spend a hardship to gain income and 3 commodities, which is very strong. But obviously we have nothing to generate, so we're not going to do that. Progress phase. Let's flip. Generate a gold from my income stance. Because you always, by the way, you always generate a gold regardless if the income stance has a hardship. So you always generate that gold from your income stance here, right here. All right, so flip, progress phase, flip, and progress. All right, here we go. Now, all right. Okay, so I've just progressed everything down. It's now the player phase. Now let's neaten this up. So let's look at that there. Okay, player phase. Let's draw 4. And build 2. Now, let's see what we've got. Now, look. All right, so no warfares have showed up yet. Okay, what I'll do. Okay, so this is my thinking. I've got 2 swordsmen here ready to raid. They've got a lot of cards. So I'm confident that they'll have something to raid against. That's fine. Now, there's 3 warfares in the decade, as you know. So the question is, there's the chance that the warfare will show up is getting higher. So what I want to do is, because I've got this ability to foresee future for free, I might do it now because then I can see the next 3-year cards. So that'll give me the chance to sort of like card count per se. So if, like, for example, a couple of warfare shows up, then I know that the last 3 years are sort of leaner. As in they won't have much warfare. So it's good to know now is what I'm saying. It's good to know now sometimes. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to look at the cards now. So let's have a look. So we got that. And we got that. And we got that. Okay, so that's fine. I'll explain those cards as we go through. But for the moment, I now know what's going on. So Okay, so build 2. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's that one. That's fine. What do I want to do? Actually, hold on. Okay, so you can see that's the weaker version. That's the weaker version one, so that's not really intimidating. Okay, that's cool. That's a really cool one. Okay, so what am I going to do? Okay, so I've got another one of these. This is really good. Look, I've nearly got another military set. It's almost worth doing that. Alright. Yeah, alright. I'm going to build a fort and swordsman. Alright, so let's get that. Now, I'm going to exhaust 2 swordsmen. And I'm going to raid. So I'm going to put this token here. Alright, so I got that there. I built 2 already, so I won't keep these. That's fine. I'll figure out what I want to build next after that. Alright, I'll just choose my stance. Because my player phase is done. And how are you guys going? You're all good? Yep. Okay, so player token, raiding time. Alright, so I'll grab my token, remove it. Alright, 2 swordsmen, has 2 blue dice. What do I want to raid? Okay, so Michael's got a town. Ivan's got grainfields and Hillman. Oh, so that's interesting. So that's swordsman, right? Yeah, it means, look, if I get his swordsman, it means I don't have to build another one later. And it just solves a problem for me. So I'll raid his swordsman to raid him more later. So, so I will grab 2 blue dice. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what defense Ivan has? He has nothing. So let's do it. So let's roll. What do we get? Okay. Oh, I still got the terrible roll. Oh, oops. Okay, hold on. Yeah, reroll that one. All right, let's see. We go. Yes. Okay. Perfect example. All right. So I got a 2, right? I rolled a 2 again. That's a bad roll. Ivan rolled a 1, and he didn't have any Hillman, which means he had the base defense. The base defense doesn't let you reroll. Oops. Sorry. So if he had a Hillman, he could have the chance to reroll this dice and win. But in this case, no. So I win. So I take this card. He doesn't get any gold from it, obviously. So I build it straight away. Oops, sorry. Get this around. So I have now raided his land to gain more swordsmen, which is really cool. Now I gain a hardship. So you gain a hardship when you successfully raid. I gain a hardship. So I add one there. Now, also, obviously, because Ivan didn't successfully defend it, he doesn't get a roll to generate gold, like what Michael did previously. So that's what happens.
I didn't defend the merchants.
Yeah, he didn't defend the merchants. Yep, exactly. All right, so yep, flip the year card. Let's do it. Thank you. Okay, collect income on all grain fields. Yep. So obviously don't have any, and then you generate income. So that's 1 gold. Looks income stance, and then progress phase. So flip, progress. All right. Okay, so we got quarry. Okay, so we progress all down by 1. All right, and then we draw 4 cards. All right. Well, first of all, I need a road, right? I need to get this set complete so it can start working for me. So I'm going to build a road. So that's 1 build. The gem mine is coming out. Oh, yeah, look, this is the thing. Another gem mine is right here. That'll start generating me gold, and that's really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another road. So the reason why is now I'm going to spend 1 material and it'll expedite this. I'm going to expedite this 1 gem mine to go here. So now look at that. I've got 2 sets already, and that's going to get me gold, and that's really good. So now I have no builds left, but now look, I've got a whole town set here. Should I retain that? Yeah, I'll retain this one because it has a peasant on it. Because I need to fill my peasants out. I've only got 1 peasant left here. All right. I think that's good. Let's retain 1. Because I can draw more towns because it costs a gold every time. Okay, so I've chosen my income stance, and now let's proceed. Now look, we got Kingdom Wealth. Now Kingdom Wealth in Decade 2 and 3, it's really cool. So it's the same thing as before. So you get to upgrade one of these 3 cards: Economy, Artisans, or Strategy. And then also you gain a gold for every achievement you have. So it's like when you go to a new decade, you're actually kind of traveling to new lands and expanding and upgrade and sort of migrating and colonizing your lands further out for your kingdom, for your people. So when you get Kingdom Wealth, it's a sign that all your past achievements are generating you gold. So that's what this does. So for every achievement you have, you gain a gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. I get 6 gold. Oh, yeah. So 6 gold. And then advance once again. So you gain a level up in one of these 3. So economy, artisans, and strategy. Now, I have a couple of choices here, which is really cool. So strategy. So what's the next level? Okay, I have a permanent. I can choose strategy for a permanent industry in supply. So that means I don't have to wait for having a set in my kingdom now. So by the time 3rd decade comes around, every time there's a commodity generation like this one here, I always get a supply, and that's very strong, very strong. So that's a consideration there. Or I can go sideways, like this for artisans. So this is a really cool one. Materials now gain 2 expedite now. So when I'd explained that supplies gain 2 expedite for units, here, supplies gain 2. Well, now materials gain 2 for buildings, and that is so strong. That is so strong. Getting in, so when I had my quarries and my gem mines in build queue, just spending just a few materials to get them in my kingdom faster has like a compounding effect of generating income. So that's extremely strong too. So that's something to consider. Now, economy. Now look at this one. This is one of my favorites. Retaining endeavors no longer cost gold. So every time I spent a gold to retain a card, I don't have to spend that gold anymore. So I can literally just grab any cards that I want and just chuck them in here. So when I had to consider in my hand all these cards, I could just simply just chuck what I wanted. So very cool upgrade. So I now have to consider what I want to do. So one last thing to consider is that level 2, sure, is this, but level 3 is really cool. So upgrade. So raiding no longer gains hardship. So every time I raid, I don't gain a hardship, and that's very significant because hardship also affects victory points for the end game. So the more hardship you have, the more victory points you will suffer loss. Like you will have less victory points, and so hardship is quite significant in the late game as well. Plus, obviously, the black shields that I explained. So yeah, do I want to focus on raiding so I then don't have to worry about hardship from that? And just as a side note, artisans are quite the same. So there is another action that you can do for 4 material. You can just straight out build something. So if you have a lot of material, a lot of peasants, you can just spend 4 material, gain a hardship, and you just get to build anything that you want again. So that's quite strong too, which I can do a little later once I get more material. So anyway, in this case, economy level 3, as an example, you gain no hardship when you buy an endeavor from another player. So when you give other players 4 gold to buy an endeavor from their hinterlands, you don't gain hardship. So that's quite good too. So that's an economy style. Artisans, the same thing. When you build with 4 material, you don't get a hardship anymore. So that's really good. So in this case, look, let's focus on strategy. So I'll get permanent now industry in supply. All right, so we've done gold upgrade. Let's move on to the year event. And yeah, let's flip. Skirmish. Okay, so first casualties. I suffered. Now, I'm in defense stance, so I don't suffer that. So that's all good. Now, Skirmish is a lighter version of a warfare card. So it's still the black shields, civil unrest, or hardship, I should say, sorry. And then damage, half year number, round up. So it's turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 damage, half the year number. So it's 2.5 damage, but you round up. So it's 3 damage. So in this case, it's 3 damage. That's all. It's quite easy to defend. So I've already got 1 plus 3. So it's 4 defense I have. So I have 4 defense. So obviously I defend that. Don't need to worry about damage like what we did in Decade 1. So yep, that's all good. So let's move on. So what is it? Income and 2 commodities. So let's have a look. Perfect example. See, this is great. It's income. Look, I've got 1, 2, because the influence generates a gold. The resources generates a gold, and it's a material industry. So it's really good. So I've got 2 gold, 1, 2. Now, 2 commodities were generated. So I got an industry here, supply. So I gain a supply. I'm going to choose supply. Then I get a material here. I'm going to choose 1 material. So that's great. So perfect. That's starting to really compound. So I flip. It's progress phase, so I flip and I progress. So let's move 1 down. Let's move all this down. Okay. All right. Player face. Draw 4. All right. So what do we got? Okay. So look, I've got my military sets all good. Yeah. Look at this. Look, I've got 1 town there and 2 towns here. I might as well form that set because yeah, that's good. That's good. Yep, that's good. So let's build 2 towns. And then let's exhaust this card. Let's get him to gather materials again for 1 more material. Nice. Beautiful. So I'll retain this one for 1 gold. Okay. All right, that looks good to me. So next year, I know what's going on. So I will choose my stance. Forgot to mention, every time you go noble, you immediately gain an intrigue card. This is a fun system where you can have a psychological game with other players, which I will show and describe in just a second. So let's do this first. Hold on. So this is an intrigue card, and it's part of being noble. So what Michael is noble, and Ivan is esquire. So Michael has an intrigue card as well. Okay, and I'll explain that a little later. All right, so I've chosen my stance. I'm income, and I'm all good. How are you guys going? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I just noticed that Ivan actually has a nice juicy gem mine right here, right? So I'm going to spend one supply. I'm going to spend one supply to get 2 of my swordsmen in my kingdom. And then I'm going to raid him. I'm going to send him off to a raid. So I'm going to try and... I'm going to put it here. So now... we resolve the token first, of course. So now raiding. So let's go over here. Okay, so I've got 2 blue dice. Ivan's got 2. What has he got? No defense. Okay, no worries. Let's do it. All right, let's hope I roll. What do we got? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, no, look. Okay, look. Okay, this is interesting. So he's got 4. There's no way I can win that because... No, wait, I can. I can. Okay, so I get to re-roll this dice, of course. Roll. Ooh, okay. Because on one of the side of the dice was a 4. So if I rolled above his roll, a 5 or more, I would win. But in this case, I didn't roll it. I failed. So Ivan wins. That means he gets to do a merchant's roll. So he gets 1 gold. Nice, well done. So he defends that. That's fine. So he defends that. So let's move on. I'm no hardship. So now we flip your event. Now, this is Noble's Decree. If you're a noble, you get to choose one of these 2. So you can either collect tax for 2 gold, or you can control fate. So you can foresee the next year card. So both are very useful, because look, I've seen these 3 years already. So to see the next year is kind of handy because it makes me aware if I should defend stance or income stance or prepare for it. So look, let's have a look. Okay, no worries. Okay, so that's fine. Figure that out. So for example, me and Michael got to choose that because he's a noble, and Ivan is still an esquire. He's a commoner still. All right. So we proceed. So it's income and 2 commodities. So because, yeah, income, 2 commodities. All right. So I got 1, 2, 3 gold. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 commodities. So I'll choose my supply and my material. So material and supply. Nice. We progress phase, flip, progress. So let's bring this all down. So this goes in, this goes down. Now hold on. Okay, and then we go player phase. So draw cards, and I got cards. All right, so before I look at that, okay, so Ivan has already built that. He's already built the temple. So I don't want to. Well, I don't need to raid that for that just yet. Yeah, I can raid his towns, I guess. I can grab some of his towns. It's always good. So I might do that in a minute. That's okay. The warfares are harder in Decade 2, right? That was an easy one right there. So there might show up harder decades now, harder warfare. So what that means is that the warfares get more intense or more challenging or difficult the later in the decade it is. So it'll be, for example, if warfare showed up here, it'll be 8 damage plus a dice roll. So it can stack up. So in other words, should I be prepared defense-wise for it? Look, I've got 2 forts, which provide 6 defense here, 3 and 3. So that's very strong already. So I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to send these guys off to raid again because it's good for them to get to work. So I'll put the token there. Now I foresaw the next future, so I know what's going on. So because I know the next year card will fill up my retained slots, I'll build one from here. So then I have room for it to fill up. Why not? And then you know what? Let's build this peasant here. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's build that peasant. So then straight away he comes in, got to exhaust him, get him to work, get another material. Why not? These, I won't worry about these. That's fine. I'll get another peasant later. I just think it's a cool idea to just capitalize on the next year event and actually gain an endeavor for each retained slot. I think that's a good idea. Now, okay, I think it's a good time for me to buy Dominion and to talk a little bit about that. So Dominions are a separate deck that relates to the endgame challenge. It's an endgame card. It's a late game card, but it also benefits and gives you defense during your the mid game. And it's your civilization reaching out to other lands and sort of allying, claiming land, buying land, and expanding your empire in that manner. So it's 10 gold. You look here, buy Dominion. It's 10 gold plus upkeep. The upkeep cost equals the currently amount of dominions you own. So I don't own any dominions, so it's only 10 gold. So I'm going to spend 10 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so I'm grabbing my Dominion card, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now, this is usually kept very secret. You do not show this to other players, but I'm just going to show you now. So it has resources and township. So at the end of the game, when you're comparing each category to other players, you choose which side you choose which category you want to boost based on the dominions that you own currently. So for example, if I bought a dominion, I got this one here, which is resources and township. So I can choose which one to boost. I'll explain the endgame challenge later on, but that's just an indication of what it does. So anyway, I get a Dominion. It's placed here. When you buy a Dominion, you gain a hardship. Because it takes a lot to sort of coordinate your whole empire. So it stacks up. So I got 1 Dominion, and now it provides permanently 1 defense. So that's handy for later on in the late game when it gets a lot harder with the warfare. So let's move on. So I've got Dominion, 2 hardship. Look at this. So for example, I've got 1 black shield. It could turn off one of these 3. So obviously I'll choose the lesser, so I still got 6 defense. That's pretty good still. All right, so I built my 2. Look, what I want to do is I'm going to spend 1 material. I'm going to bring this down here, so it's all aligned up. So by the time they all come in, they're all kind of making a set, and that means I can just build a road next turn. So let's do that. So now, okay, let's decide what we're doing. I already know what I'm doing there, so let's go income stance. All right, I'm ready. Are you guys all good? Okay, let's do it. All right, so token rating, let's do it. I got 2 soldiers. All right, so what do I want? Okay, Michael's not got anything. Ivan's got stuff. Now, obviously, that's juicy right here. Look, quarry and a fort. So I'm going to take the quarry fort. Let's do it. So let's roll. Ivan doesn't have any defense still, so I'm going to roll. Let's see what we got. Okay, 3, finally. A little bit better. Here we go. He needs a 2. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, man. All right, so, okay, so he rolled a 3. Ties. Yep. So now, ties win, like defender's favor. So Ivan generates 1 gold. The merchants are happy with him. They pay him 1 gold in thanks or in protection money. So well done. Okay, so he keeps defending his lands. That's really good. All right, so flip rank card. All right, so as we saw, generate 1 endeavor for each empty space you have. So let's do it. So let's see what we get. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. Gem mine. All right, that's nice. Okay, now we income and 2 commodities. Oh, wow. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 commodities, which is material and a supply. Okay. Material and supply. Good. Right. Okay, now. Okay. And then we draw. Oh, then we flip. Progress phase. Flip. So we move stuff in. Progress. Okay. Now, draw 4. Okay. Whoa, okay. Look at all these quarries and gems. Whoa, okay. I guess Ivan always rolls his eyes when I managed to find so many quarries and gems because I could really spike hard. Yeah. That's okay. I just get lucky sometimes. So, gem mine. Look, let's play the greedy play, right? So, look, there's only 3 turns left, right? So if I do want to build all these things in, it's really just for the sake of getting more influence sets. It won't really sit there generating a lot of gold over time. So that's interesting because I could consider saving 1 gem mine for the next decade and build it early.
Mike, can I buy a soldier?
So
Yes, you can.
So Michael, so Ivan just bought a soldier from Michael. Yep. So he just bought a soldier. Yep. Nice. So whenever you build something, you put it in its respective build time, of course. So it's build time 3. That's good. Oh, look at this. Ivan's got a great trade route, +1 commodity harvest, and a merchant.
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. Look, let's build 1 gem mine at least. 1 gem mine. Let's build. Okay. Oh, I need a road. Right? Because I need it for my town. So gem mine and town. That's a fair one. That's good. Excuse me. So look, these 2 peasants here. What I'm thinking is putting these 2 quarries here and here. And I think I should, absolutely. So I'll get rid of these 2. And I'll retain 2 for 2 gold. Because now I can just build quarries. Even next decade if I need to. I've got a lot of stone. Alright, so... Okay, so I've done my turn. Now I have to decide my stance. And interestingly, Michael has set up an intrigue, which is what this card is since he's a noble and he's activated it. And I'll describe that in a second, and it's very exciting. So... Now, these last 2 cards, they're most likely be warfare. Most likely. So absolutely go in defense stance. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it and I can't see it anymore. You can only foresee the future once. So let's go defense stance. All right. And that's it. So how's you guys? You're all ready, of course? Yep. All right. So intrigue. Let's do it. Now, the way intrigue works. So Michael takes his token back. Now look at this. So this is a hidden box in Tabletop Simulator. So he's put his intrigue card here, which is this one. I can show you with this one. There are 3 choices the noble player makes, which is, in this case, Michael. Michael makes 3 choices. 1 of 3 choices. It's warfare immunity, gold, or reduce hardship. So he can choose to reduce hardship, gain gold, or become immune to warfare. Now, what we have to do collectively as the other players, me and Ivan, we have to guess what he has chosen. If we guess incorrectly, Michael wins. If Michael wins, he gets the full benefit of the reward. So in this case, warfare immunity, he gets complete immunity to warfare if this card is a warfare, because the token was on here. Sorry, should put this here. So in this case, if Michael chose warfare immunity, he would get immunity to this card, because it means that Michael could have foresaw the future and actually see that it's warfare, and then decide, well, I'm going to go immune to warfare. And then so he doesn't have to worry about defense or first casualties. He can go in income stance. So anyway, so that's warfare. Gold. Now, he can choose gold if he needs just a burst of gold. He can gain that extra amount. So that's something to think about and reduce. Otherwise, he can reduce hardship. If he wins, he reduces hardship by 2. Now, if we guess correctly, me and Ivan, what his choice was, we all benefit, but to a lesser degree for Michael. So, for example, if Michael chose hardship and he lost, all players reduce hardship by 1 instead. Whereas if he won, you would just reduce it by 2. He would reduce it by 2. So it's in his favor, obviously, to try and outwit us two, to try and make a decision that we would guess otherwise. It's like a mind game, and it's quite fun and entertaining. So in this case, for example,
so equally we want to try and guess.
Yeah,
what he's got,
absolutely,
to
and
get some benefit.
Absolutely. So we equally want to guess it correct to get the right answer. Now, the only way we can only collectively decide, like I can't choose something separate and then Ivan can't choose something separate. We have to just agree and decide on one choice. So let's figure this out. So I'll bring this over here. So now we have to decide, is Michael choosing reduced hardship, gold, or immune to warfare? Now, my reasoning is, so far, reducing hardship. He's got 1 hardship.
Probably the first question is, Michael, did you foresee the future?
Okay.
So Michael doesn't know that what's happening.
In case you don't hear, because the microphone's a little further away, we asked Michael if he has foreseen the future, and he says he hasn't. So he doesn't know if it's warfare, but he's perhaps heard me say that there's a higher chance of warfare. He's thought that through. So there's a good chance maybe he's chosen warfare immunity.
It's not a bad choice.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice. Gold is always just good, so that's something to see. Like he's got, all right, gold, 5 gold, but more is always better, of course. And reduce hardship. Now, if you consider it, his hardship is only 1, so it's not that bad. If it was like 4, if he had a lot of hardship, then it's something like, well, he might have chosen hardship. So now we got me and Ivan has to figure out what he's chosen. So
probably,
what do you reckon?
To nail it down, gold and warfare is the strongest contenders.
Gold and warfare, yeah. Yeah, because he doesn't benefit from winning so much with hardship. So gold and warfare. And this is the thing. So warfare is something to consider, right? Now, we haven't seen his stance, what he's chosen, right? But this is usually hidden. It's usually underneath here and hidden, right? So in other words, he has chosen his stance, but it's just here in this case. So what's his defense? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's suffering from only 1 black shield, so his defense is very good. He's got 5 defense because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 defense. That's pretty good. So
really. It's turn 8.
Yeah,
so
turn 8.
Power plus any modifier.
Yeah. So that could still be damage. That's true. So warfare is a serious choice for him. Reduce hardship, not painful enough for him to want to do that, maybe, unless he just felt wanting to just do it anyway. So gold. So it's either kind of gold or warfare, maybe. Yeah. So.
He's gonna be safer.
Yeah. What, warfare, and then just generate.
Possibly.
Yeah. Because he can just go in income stance and then choose warfare. Because what happens when you lose, quote unquote, lose the warfare guess, everyone gets into defense stance for free. Yeah. So that's a choice. So what do you say? Warfare?
Yeah.
So we decide
But
warfare.
actually, have you seen Foresee?
No, I haven't. So I don't know what the next 2 years are.
I might actually go gold.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna decide gold.
Yeah.
All right. So Michael. So Michael reveals. Hold on. Let's remove this back. So that's right. So Michael's gonna reveal. Gold. He chose gold. All right. in real life, when you play it in real life, you kind of like put the card over it, like you put your heraldry card over it like that. See, well,
TTS.
Yeah. Anyway, that doesn't matter. That's okay. That's not relevant right now. But anyway, so Michael chose gold. We all guessed correctly.
Yeah.
So well done. So everyone gains 2 gold.
Yeah.
Well done.
And this is this card.
Yes. Oh, yes. The intrigue. So Michael grabbed the intrigue card and he discards the intrigue card. So I have 1 left, and what that? Oh yeah. So we'll sort about that later. So all right. So you choose.
Stance, Michael? What was your stance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he was in defense stance. That's fine. So let's flip. Here we go. Oh,
nice.
wow. Right. Okay. So income stance generates an extra 2 gold. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised Warfare hasn't showed up, but that's okay. So, all right. Well, I'm not in income, so it's 1, 2, 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. Commodities, how many? 1. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's 1. So it's only 1 supply or 1 material. So look, supply is usually the more stronger value, I think. Yeah, let's do supply. Usually the stronger value. All right, so let's move on. Gain gold, flip, and the progress phase. So flip and progress. Let's move on now. Okay, oops. Let's put that here so we know what we have. I'm just put it there. Got a peasant, and let's do that now. We draw 4. Look, see these 3? I'm going to save these 3 for next decade. I think it's really good, really strong to do that. And plus, I've got stone for next decade to actually just get it along faster into the next decade. So anyway, build 2 hillmen. I built 2 hillmen. So what I'm banking on is I'm banking on winning this roll so I can get a fort. I want to build this fort so then I can just get another military set. So raid one more time. Let's do it. And I'll choose definitely defense stance. Oh, look at this. I need to reduce my hardship. I'm going to reduce by 1. Let's do it. All right. So everyone is in... You've chosen your stance, Ivan? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Sorry. So what's Ivan doing? Wow, he's got 12. How many materials have you got?
So
14.
Basically,
Whoa.
because I've got the Great Trade route,
Yep.
I
Unlock
merchants.
Yep.
So I'm using merchants to power up stone production.
Nice. So yeah, he's getting a lot of stone.
Yeah.
So that
with stone production, I can build
build
additionally,
more. Nice.
or I could decide to specialize further in other things.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So nice. By the time he hits 3rd decade, he can specialize even
I've
more.
also built a soldier and expedited him in my kingdom because I've been raided a lot.
So Ivan wants to get ready to defend against my rolls, so that's understandable.
All right,
That's pretty funny. Wow, let's do it. All right. Okay, so we raid first. So grab that. All right, let's do it. Okay, so obviously choose the fort. Now I could choose the gem mine. It's tempting, but I really need a fort right now. So I'll grab 2 blue dice. Thank you. Oops. And Ivan. Oops, that's yours, Ivan.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so I've got 2 blue dice here.
So I've got 1 blue and 1 from base defense.
Yeah, 1 from base defense. He doesn't get to reroll that one, but he's got 1 blue and he can
don't roll
reroll.
3 either. It's a maximum of 2 dice.
Yep, I don't know if you heard that, but you can only have a maximum of 2 dice and you don't roll 3. So let's do it. Okay, what I'll get? 3. Okay, not bad. Could be better. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Come on. Ah, man. 3 and 3. That's funny.
Alright, so I'll do
Well done.
merchant's reward. Thanks for the business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, oh, yeah. How much? No, nothing. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
We're just used to it now.
All right. Flipperoo. Oh, heavy warfare. All right. Let's do it. All right. So, turn. Okay. First casualties. Everyone's in defense stance, so it's not relevant. Civil. The black shields. Everyone looks at their own black shields. I don't have any. That's not relevant for me. That's fine. Now, year number. 9. This is the damage. It's 9 damage plus 2 green dice. So, Michael, will you do the honors? Rolling 2 green dice. Alright, so here we go. It's 9 plus... Okay, 2. Okay. That was close because it can get quite high. It can get, like, what is it? 3. It could be
6.
Yeah, 15 damage. But no, in this case, plus 2, so it's 11 damage. So let's do it. So we figure out 11 damage. So what have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 defense, 11 damage. That's 3 damage on me. That's... Oh, no, I got peasants. That's 9. So there's only 2 damage. I mean, that's fine. That's really great. So... I don't want to exhaust anything because I need to get everything in the kingdom by the end of the decade, or else it won't account for the tally. So it's important to just absorb the damage maybe with gold or either these 2. Gold is 1 damage, material is 1 damage, supply is 2. So let's just do 2. 2 gold, it's fine. All right. Now, okay, this is interesting. Look at this. I can suffer a hardship to gain full income and 3 commodities. And because I've got so many commodities possible, like 1 quarry and 1 that, plus so much income, it's actually worth doing. So I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to get hardship to get 1, 2, 3 gold. 1, 2, 3 plus a material and a supply. Material and supply. Okay. All right. Then progress phase. Flip. Progress. So, all right, let's get everything in. Now. All right. Now, this is cool. I know exactly what I'm going to do right now. It's very simple because It's the last turn, right? Now it's going to be a positive year, so that's fine. Now, oh yeah, okay, I don't have any fort, so I have to do my backup plan. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh, I think I've got a problem. Okay, all right, I got a solution though. All right, so yeah, the problem is I need to build a road. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I've got a gem mine coming in. I need to build a road for it, right? Oh, first, let's roll my cards. So draw 4. Now I've got to, okay. Okay, first, let's spend 1 supply, get these 2 into build time 1. Because as I said before, if anything in build time 2 and 3 on the last turn here won't be counted for the tally because it progresses in and then anything left behind in the build queue won't be part of the tally achievements. So, okay, I've solved that by putting that here. Second problem, I need 1 more peasant. Bugger. Okay, hold on, I need 1 more peasant. Because I want a society set. Because otherwise these 2 cards will be wasted. Do you guys have any peasants for sale? No. Oh, you do? Done. All right, I'll grab it. 4 gold. Michael's the best salesman. He's the best. I'll buy 1 for 4 gold and gain a hardship. 1, 2, 3, 4, and plus 1 hardship. Look at this. It's so easy to just gain hardship in the right way. So in that respect, so this is why it's really good to try and keep it down, because it's so easy to just want to buy off and raid other players and all that. So anyway, that's a small note on that. So now, bought a peasant, so I've got that solved. I need a road, so let's build a road for the gem mine. Now, that's right, my other build was going to be for, a fortification. So I need to use this fortification. So I've got to build it. And as I said before, I've got to get it into build time 1. Oops. So expedite 2 to material to get that straight there. Build that faster into the kingdom. So now that's all sorted. So now I have done 1 build action, 1 for free. I bought it, of course. And I have 1 more. Now, I was meant to build a peasant, but I don't have any peasants, so that's why I did that. So now let's get rid of these. I don't really need these, and I don't want to retain them. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need that. Now, I've got 1 more action. Now, 1 more build, sorry. So as for my last build, I'm going to build a road. Another additional road. The reason why is because once the tally achievements have been cleared up, any roads that you have and not attached to a set, like an agriculture, township, resource, or influence, you keep. So that means I can spend my last build action not worrying about trying to make another whole set, but instead I can build a road, and that lets me now keep it for next decade, so I don't need to worry about building a road for next decade. So that's good. So this road here is ready for the gem mine that's going to come on soon. So now that's all done. That's all my turns done. That's all good. So I'm going to go income stance, and let's move on. And now I didn't get the chance to use Intrigue, but that's fine. At least I got to show Michael. We got to show you through Michael's one, so I can use that next decade. So let's begin. Yep. So I've chosen my stance. How are you guys going? We're all ready. Okay. Let's flip. Same thing as before. Income. Generate 1, 2, 3, 4 gold. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we generate no commodities. No commodities. So progress. Thank you. Progress. So we flip. Or just progress. So I'll bring those in. Okay. All right. So as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3 military sets. So that's quite strong. So 1, 2, 3. Nice. So I've got 4 in that, which means I can get an Academy of War, which is really cool. I've got 1 more resource set. So now 2 gem, 2 influence sets. So 1, 2. I can get a monastery if I want. 1 more township. And 1 more society. Okay, so, okay, great. So now we remove the roads, return the roads. Okay. Okay, and then all the rest of the endeavors are returned. Oops. And of course, that 1 road that I had that was not attached to anything is kept. Saying that, just to reiterate, if I had a town that wasn't attached to any achievement set, like if I didn't have a full town achievements and I just had it sitting there, it would still be removed. So you do need to complete those, but roads are the exception. Okay, so I'll roll the... Okay, we're just going to get Decade 3 ready.